From billboards around the city to new retailers popping up, there's a sudden increase in people buying and selling something called CBD oil.
There are people who swear it is a life-changing miracle medicine. Others are unclear if they're really buying liquid marijuana. So medical reporter Meg Ferris decided to dig deeper, looking at the science and talking with people who take it.
At 18, Jeremy Tremay has multiple health problems. He's albino. There's no pigment to protect him from the sun. He's also autistic. Mother Misty Tabor says his terrible outbursts are debilitating.
Every time there was a thunderstorm, his sister would cry. He runs out, he blows the horn, he's banging his head in the back of the car, and one day it really got bad.
That was the day the car was locked.
And I didn't want to get close because he would strike out at me, and he laid in the driveway and just banged his head, and that was just my breaking point. I said, you know, if I got to watch this one more day, I just can't.
Another mother, Susie Rivera, is also coping with a difficult situation.
It was actually a drunk driver hit and run. And he was in a coma for about 9 days and then passed away.
Her husband, the man she adored for 20 years, was killed 3 years ago in the line of duty. He was a special agent for the Department of Homeland Security. In an instant, her little boy had no father. She became anxious, depressed with symptoms of obsessive-compulsive disorder.
And every phone call, every piece of mail, I thought it was another shoe's gonna drop. Like, what next? What else could happen next? And it was just through the roof, the anxiety.
Both mothers turned to doctors. There were prescription medications. But lately, they say something that seems to be everywhere on the market is helping them more.
And I just remember sitting on the couch, drinking my green smoothie, and then all of a sudden, within 15 minutes, I just felt this calm, and I got the work I needed to get done, and it was actually pretty amazing.
The change is right from the start, from day one. It thundered the next day. He cried a little bit like a baby, but he didn't hit himself.
What Misty mixes in her son's bottle of Pediasure and what Susie mixes in her green smoothie is CBD oil. CBD is cannabidiol, one of the more than 100 cannabinoid compounds found in marijuana and hemp plants. It is not THC, the psychoactive compound that gets you high. You can find it in almost any product lately. NOLA Hemp Store has it in water, rub-on creams, chocolate, and jerky. There are pills to take or drops to put under your tongue, a hangover remedy. There's even a whole line for your pets. And 4 New Orleans businessmen even bought a hemp farm in Colorado to produce their own CBD line, Gulf South Organics. The list of ailments believers say it helps could fill up a medical encyclopedia. From anxiety, arthritis and back pain, tendinitis, muscle spasms, PTSD, Parkinson's, stroke mobility, sleeplessness, PMS, mood, weight loss, diabetes, post-concussion issues, multiple sclerosis symptoms, epilepsy, and even autism. But a lot of people, like Victoria clothing store owner Paula Landry, just use it for everyday tight muscles and work stress.
I have to rub it between my shoulder blades and my lower back. It feels good. There's no smell, and it's wonderful. It calms anxiety. It calms fears. Like you're kind of that thought process that goes on, it kind of calms that down.
She even added CBD olive oil to her inventory because she says people are having CBD dinner parties. So what do we really know now when it comes to the science?
That has some potential benefits to help people, but most of which are not yet proven.
Head of Community and Population Medicine at LSU Health, Dr. Benjamin Springate, says research shows CBD decreases seizures in children with a specific disorder. Other studies suggest it may help with insomnia and may inhibit chronic pain. The World Health Organization so far finds no evidence of health problems, abuse, or dependence with pure CBD. Animal studies suggest topically it can treat pain and inflammation and shows no toxicity at extreme levels. Still, doctors say there's just not the important human clinical trials to back up the many health claims.
That's something that hopefully we might be able to get to in the future, which might, come with further legalization, and when the FDA decides that this is something that they want to begin fostering experimentation and scientific testing for. But as of yet, we don't really have that.
Endy says with no strict regulation, how do you know what dose you're getting? Is it uniform from bottle to bottle? What dose is effective? What are the side effects? What medications will it interact with? So far, studies show it can elevate liver enzymes for some people, cause nausea, fatigue, and irritability, and can increase the level of the blood thinner Coumadin in your system.
We cannot rely on claims of purity or claims of safety at this juncture, because we don't have the necessary science to back that up.
In Colorado, where recreational marijuana is legal, they studied just over-the-counter CBD oils, and most of them were found to have varying levels of THC.
LSU addiction expert Dr. Lee Michaels says in addition to a lack of uniform purity and the THC in some formulas, his main concern is that people will substitute CBD for getting a good medical diagnosis, delaying treatment of something more serious. NOLA Hemp Store says its products have independent studies, and yes, trace amounts of THC is in them. But at Earth Savers Spa and Beauty Store, where Susie and Paula get their CBD products, the manager says they waited specifically for Ultracell to come out, an organic CBD oil and cream. It has independent doctor testing, they say, and contains no THC. They say there's no potential to fail a drug test.
It's very different. It has a 92% absorb rate, when others on the market only absorb about 2 to 7% of the CBD oil. Because it's water soluble, Ultracell will absorb in your body within 25 minutes. So clients start feeling the effects almost immediately.
Dr. Springate understands why people search for solutions to difficult health problems. But while doctors warn research is just scratching the surface of how the cannabinoid receptors work in our brains, graphic designer Susie is staying the course.
It's an interesting combination of energy, but with a focus. And it's quite the balance of energy and calm at the same time.
And Misty is not waiting. Because both she and her son are on disability, a nonprofit called Echo Connection is supplying her with real scientific hemp oil, whose makers list hundreds of studies behind CBD. And while the change in Jeremy is not proven, just anecdotal, she will keep adding it to his bottle.
I let myself go, but that's what a mom does. I don't wear makeup. My hair's been in a ponytail for years, but I'm a mom. And this is my fight. I'm telling you, he's a changed boy. He's happy, he's calm, he talks more.
Meg Farris, Eyewitness News.
There is a bit of a catch here. According to the Louisiana Board of Pharmacy, it is illegal for doctors and pharmacists to sell CBD oil. State police says it's illegal to sell any product with THC in it. And the Louisiana Office of Alcohol and Tobacco Control continues to investigate and crack down on products labeled as CBD, but that contain THC.